Welcome, my name is Thomas and this is Smarthome-Training. This video is part of a video online training that I present to you for free. New videos will be published every week, but if you can't wait so long, please go to smarthome-training.com and use the offer code SMARTPeople to get a discount. This is just one of the ways to support me. You can also become a Patreon and please check the tiers, they are really great. But now, enjoy today's lesson. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install Visual Studio Code and configure it so you have your openHAB extension integrated and connected to your host name. So first of all, what you gotta do is go to your web browser, and my recommendation is simply search for it. So use the Google search, for example, Visual Studio Code, and then download. And what you should see is nearly the top. So it's code.visualstudio.com/download. You can go there directly. I can link it here, but this is for me always the easiest way. Just go there, click there, and then you have your Visual Studio Code for different operation systems like Windows, Linux, Mac. I'm on a Windows computer, so I'm just gonna click Windows download. You can see it here. After downloading has finished, you simply can click here on the small triangle and say show in folder, or simply say open. This will lead to the installation of Visual Studio Code. You can see it here popping up, and just say next, accept the license agreement, and simply install it to the standard folder. I would suggest you can say okay, open with code should be added, for example, to your Windows Explorer context menu, something like that. So I think that is good, and I simply mark all this stuff. You don't have to do it, but I will do it now and say install. Just do a pause of the video. We're back, and you can see here when it went through, installed all the files. You can say okay, launch Visual Studio Code, and say finish. I demark it because I wanted to show you something. If you go to the search here and say, for example, Visual Studio Code, you get this app, and you can do a right click and say pin to taskbar. Then you have it here, for example. Or what you also could do is you can unpin it from start, but I won't do that. So whenever you are here in your start menu, Visual Studio Code should be added. You could do it manually, but these are the two ways to get it opened really quick. I remove it here because I don't need it on taskbar. I always go for the Windows flag here. So to open Visual Studio Code, simply click the tile on the start menu, and now you can see a screen. You might see a similar screen. It might be a little different depending on what you already did, what you installed, for example, and on what version you are on. So this is a welcome screen, and just a little tip from my side, you can get rid of the screen. Just unmark this box here, show welcome page on startup, then simply close it, and now you're ready to go to open your folder. You can see it here. You have some shortcuts. You can show the commands and so on. And you have also an open folder shortcut. But to show you, anytime you can go here to file menu, and you will have all the file options. So open folder would be the one to take. I'm connected to my network drive, openHAB, and to the conf folder. We've done this in the session before. So select folder. And this will open your folder, your openHAB folder, and you can see the exact same structure here. You see the same structure that I already explained, where the files go and so on. What we would like, or I would like to do, and I highly suggest, please install the openHAB extension. You can go here and simply search for openHAB, and you see here, okay, you have openHAB 0.4 .0. Okay, so and you simply click here install. This is installing now the add-on, and this will help you. Like here, the features are mentioned: syntax highlighting. You have code snippets, you have the integrated documentation, for example, you have quick searches for the community, you have integration of basic UI, paper UI, so you don't have to open your browser, something like that. After installation has been done, you will see an uninstall and a disable option. What we have to do now is we have to configure this openHAB extension to connect to your host name. Simply click here on this little wheel and say settings. What you can do now is you can see it already popping up here, openHAB. I type it in, openHAB. And now what is interesting, you have your extensions, for example, on the other settings listed here on the left hand side. And you have all the options you can do in here on the right hand side. So some things you can change directly and some things have to be edited, for example, here in settings.json. So simply click this hyperlink and this will open the settings changing menu, let's say. What you have to do is then, if you want to change something, you can't do it here on the left hand side. You have to do it the way that you click the pencil, copy to settings. Then it goes here to the right hand side. And here you are able to change it to whatever you like. So in my case, again, the host name is openHAB, so please put in your host name in here. To save the settings, that is a hint from my side as well. If you have unsaved files, you have a small dot showing up here. Yeah, you can see it when I move my mouse. And to save it, simply hit Control S. So this has been saved now, and you see the dot is gone. Yes, if I hit space, for example, again, yeah, you see the dot is coming up again. I hit Control S again, it's gone. So this is showing you if you have unsaved information, just have a look up here. So whenever you are editing later on the files, make sure that you save them. Yeah, otherwise you would not recognize the changes we made. So we simply close the settings down. And now I would suggest reopen Visual Studio Code. I close this, go back, open it up again. And now you should be ready to go. If you encounter any problems regarding this, please let me know. I'm happy to help. Yeah, leave a comment here under the video and I'm trying to help you out if something is not working regarding this add-on, because this is very important. Otherwise you would not get the syntax highlighting and the other stuff that is very, very good and useful. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Please remember you can buy the whole course right now at smarthome-training.com. You become a Patreon and you also could subscribe and put on the bell button. That's perfectly fine, so you get notified when the next lesson is uploaded. And I would like to thank you again, say bye-bye, see you next week.